Here's the details. Here's the details of the World Cup draw that's happening on Friday. It's going to start at 12 p.m. Eastern, to Tony's point. A lot of pageantry involved, so we'll see how long it takes. It's going to be in D.C. and Chuck, you're going down, right? So that should be very cool.
I am so excited. I can tell you right now. For me, it's like the dream. I'm getting a little bit closer to being involved, around the World Cup, and it's going to be on home soil. All the legends that are going to be there, the excitement, seeing who the U.S. get paired with, just so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I'm actually going to be in Kansas City hosting a big World Cup draw event at the Power and Light District. So,
are you going to be in a tuxedo or what?
I might have to put on a tuxedo now that the challenge feels like it's been thrown here. By the
feel
fans,
like bow tie.
I have the whole getup. Don't even worry. But I might have to do that. It's going to be outside, and it's going to be really cold in Kansas City.
Ooh.
Giving away 1,000 scarves, so people come out and hang out with us. Me and Nate Bacady are going to be hanging out and doing.
I'll tell you one thing: you're not going to look as good as Tony Meola. That's for damn sure.
I feel that
grow your hair quick. You grow the hair quick.
All right, you can also watch us on FIFA.com or on FIFA's YouTube channel. There's a lot of different ways you can watch this event. All right, so here's how it works. We've got 48 teams competing in this competition for the very first time. There'll be 12 groups of 4. Remember when they were talking about 16 groups of 3? Yeah. Also, there's going to be a World Cup draw show on the Glosso Network starting at noon on Friday, too. Make sure you tune in for that. Now, there'll going to be 4 pots, okay? And everything's going to be based on FIFA rankings as of November/December of 2025. The 3 host countries, us, Canada, and Mexico, will be in pot 1 with the highest ranked FIFA teams. Now, teams will be randomly drawn from each pot and assigned to one of the 12 groups, except for us. We've already been predetermined. We are going to be in Group D, I believe. And then Mexico and Canada are in A and B. They can correct me if I'm wrong here in our private chat. The first game of the World Cup is going to be taking place at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City on June 11th. Canada will play Canada's in Group B and we're in Group D. And then we're going to be playing on June 12th. So that'll be fun. The highest ranked teams right now of the 4, which probably will stay the same. Spain is number 1, Argentina is 2, France is 3, and England is 4. They're all going to be positioned in groups in opposite pathways. This means that the 2 highest ranked nations cannot meet until the final, should they win the group. Of course, that is very important distinction, but they could face the 3rd or 4th best ranked teams in the semis. So a little bit of jostling there to make sure that the top ranked teams don't face each other too early in the tournament. They're going to be 8 of the 12 best 3rd place teams in the groups will advance to the new round of 32. Now you need 8. Before you had to have 7 games to win the tournament. Now you need 8 with the addition of the round of 32. And man, this is going to be a hell of a tournament. I'm actually really excited about it.
Hell of a tournament.
Let's get into the pots though. Okay. Cause this is where I think everybody wants to know a little bit more. So in pot 1, it's our 3 hosts. As I mentioned, Spain, Argentina, France, England. In addition to that, you'll have Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Okay, that's a really solid pot 1. From the lowest ranking FIFA team, or based on the FIFA rankings, is Canada. So if you're in pots 2, 3, or 4, you're trying to angle to get Canada based on the rankings. Obviously not by emotion or how they're playing or whatever that may be. Pot 2 gets really spicy. So we're going to definitely get one of these teams in our group. Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria, and Australia. Now, there's obviously a few I'd prefer for some others.
There's 3 that you don't want. That's Croatia, Morocco, Colombia. Those are the top 3. Then there's a little middle portion of that pot too.
I don't want Uruguay, Switzerland, and Japan.
Yeah, but
don't
seriously,
look great either.
Not
Ecuador.
But it's not. They're not unbeatable. So you're talking about Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, South Korea, Senegal, Ecuador. I think that's the middle. You're
right.
All right, it's going to be a challenge. But the bottom of pot 2, Iran, Austria, and Australia, though, that's who you're hoping for.
Yes.
If you're the U.S. men's national team.
Yes. Hopefully Sepp Blatter's not rigging it so we get Colombia again, right? We need to get.
I'll be there. I'm going to be sending vibes to block it.
Make sure it happens.
Yeah,
Make sure it happens, Chuck.
If I see that C come, I'm going to bat it out of the hands.
Yeah, make sure you hold it up really high so everybody can see. All right, so pot 3, the number 1 team that you definitely do not want to face is Norway with Erling Haaland. You have Panama, who are not going to be an easy out for anybody. We can't face them, so I'm not worried about that. You got Egypt, Algeria, Scotland. I wouldn't want to face them. They're going to first time in the World
Egypt
Cup in 98.
Scotland. Norway, Egypt, Scotland. That you want to stay away from them in the pot 3. I think everyone else is
You got Paraguay, you got Tunisia, Ivory Coast. I don't know if I'd want any piece of Ivory Coast. Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Africa.
Yeah, give me Algeria, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Qatar, South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to stay away from Ivory
any of them.
Coast, Norway, Egypt, and Scotland. Definitely want to stay away from them. Paraguay, having another crack at them. Well, they had a crack at us earlier. We'll see.
How fun though would it be to play Scotland with their fans?
It would be pretty cool. You're right.
So
From an emotional
cool,
standpoint,
man.
it'd be pretty
Like,
rad. Yeah.
McAllister.
Exactly. Okay, then pot 4, you got Jordan, Cape Verde, Ghana. We want to obviously avoid them for historical purposes.
We're gonna get Ghana.
Curacao. No, they can't give us Ghana. We're hosting it. Please do not do that. Haiti, New
Isn't
Zealand.
that automatic in the World Cup?
Yeah,
for us?
I guess
Just
it maybe
automatically get
And
Ghana?
then this is where it gets a little interesting. So you got 7, 8, 9, and 10 in pot 4 are all going to be the UEFA teams. The last 4 teams that qualify in UEFA, which could include Italy. And then you have the FIFA playoff qualifiers 1 and 2. So you
which I think is, it's obviously between Jamaica and Congo, and the other spot, Iraq, Bolivia, Suriname, and I think it's going to be Iraq or Bolivia here.
So obviously, if Jamaica goes through, we wouldn't play them. There'd be no confederations can play against each other except UEFA. So UEFA is the only confederation that allows, or in the World Cup, where you can have 2 UEFA opponents in the same group.
But we couldn't get a CONCACAF team, right? And no playoff team, I think, right? In ours. Is that right?
I believe we could get Italy in our group. We could get a UEFA team in our group.
Gotcha. Yeah, so
it's just the
Italy,
intercontinental playoffs.
Yeah, I mean Italy,
UEFA
Northern
playoffs.
Ireland, Wales, Bosnia.
So
out of those UEFA playoffs, in this case, who would you rather play between Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Bosnia? Wales?
Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales,
Bosnia. Wales, but I don't think Wales will qualify.
Wales or Northern Ireland.
But Wales is home if Italy wins, right? And Wales wins in that first game. Italy's Italy's such a weird team to watch.
I cannot believe Italy is in this position. By the way,
yeah,
I can't believe Italy might be not qualifying for a World Cup for 3 straight World Cups.
Yeah. What about Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania?
Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania. I wouldn't mind another crack at Poland after they got us in 2002.
Ukraine plays Sweden. Sweden knocked out Italy in one of these playoffs over the last 2 World Cups.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play Sweden. No, they have Graham Potter in charge. Maybe we do want to play Sweden.
Yeah.
Got him. I absolutely got him. Okay, a couple other things for everybody to note. Who we get in pot 3. So that's the Norway, Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland. That'll be our first game. Reportedly, what we're hearing, from The Athletic, that would be our first game. So Mexico would also have their first game reportedly against pot 3. Our game 2 would be against pot 2. Okay, so that flips us back into who we're playing. That's Croatia, Morocco, Colombia,
Croatia, Morocco, Colombia.
And then game 3. This is the interesting one. Game 3 would be against pot 4.
Yep.
And so pot 4. So that could be a game where we desperately need to win, right, to get out of our group, and hopefully it's an opponent where that we can dunk on. Not to say those are easy games, because sometimes when teams sit in a low block, we have shown that we struggle with those particular teams. So we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
When you're looking at this, there's not too many countries where you're saying, "Oh, this is a favorable matchup. Like this is a gimme." They're all gonna pose problems. All of them. I mean, pot 4, you're looking at Jordan, Cape Verde, New Zealand. You might get Iraq or Bolivia or Congo. Like other than that,
yeah.
Do you really want to play? Uzbekistan, we saw them.
They're tough. They can be tough.
They're tough.
Yeah. This is
what's the World Cup?
It's a World Cup. It should be tough, right?
Yeah, but remember
a
lot of people were saying because it expanded to 48, there's going to be teams that are in that aren't good enough. The quality is going to drop. That I'm looking at them. I'm saying I'm not seeing any 15-0 games here. there's no teams that are just going to roll over.
Yeah, remember we talked about it though. It's you talk about watered down. Some people look at CONCACAF and they're like, "Oh, it's watered down," but we can't play any CONCACAF teams. So if you're a European team you're thinking, okay, I might get a break. I might play one of these CONCACAF teams that have to go through the qualifying, right? Where you might be a South American team saying it. We don't have that advantage because our extra game could be a European team, right? In the end, which none of them are going to be easy to play against, right? There could be a South American team in the end. So I suppose for some nations you could say, oh yeah, it might be a little bit watered down, but we don't benefit from that. Right?
People are praying for Panama. I'll tell you that in pot 3.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying. But that's right. But if you're a European team, like, oh, that's a team I want. But in our case, we don't get to play those teams. I don't know that we want to play Panama. It's gone over the last couple years. But
they're
give
the
them
Ghana
to me.
of CONCACAF.
Yeah. Give them to me in the next round. We'll take our chances. But that's my point. It's like we don't really benefit from the 48 teams in the World Cup, right? We don't see that. But hey, it should never be easy, man.
Yeah, there are some scary possibilities. We see one here from Simon who says U.S., Senegal, Norway, Sweden.
I'd take that.
Would be crazy.
I would take that. It'd be cool. I'd take it.
It'd be cool, but I'd take something easier.
No, but I would take that.
I honestly, we got to avoid Croatia, Morocco, and Colombia in pot 2.
If you told me that versus a Colombia, Croatia, Morocco, and then, in Egypt and then a Ghana, I will take that all day.
Yeah, we have beaten Ghana the last 3 straight times we've played them, but still, there's just this history of them. Honestly, in pot 3, if we can avoid Norway, I don't even mind Egypt at this point. Like Norway, they're the only one. Maybe Egypt. Yeah, maybe Egypt. I want to avoid. No, Ivory Coast. Sorry, Norway and Ivory Coast for me. We absolutely have to avoid them in pot 3. That'll be the first game of the tournament for us in LA at SoFi on June 12th. I'll take on Tunisia, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Africa. I'll even take on the Scots. No problem. Even though that would be their first game. I don't know if I'd want to take on the Scots now that you say that. And you brought it up, Tones. Because that's the first game that they'll be back.
You don't want to play anybody? You don't want to play anybody?
Wait, let's just go to the next round. Forget it. Yeah. We're not going to play. We're going.
No, I said Norway. I want to avoid Norway, Scotland, and Ivory.
All right, who do you give me? What's your best? Your ideal? Your top 2, 3, and 4. Who do you got?
I want to play Austria. If we're gonna play, we're gonna have to play one European.
You'd rather play Austria over Australia.
Okay, yeah, I'd take Australia.
You said Austria. No, okay. Stick with Austria.
Well, Austria. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. We'll stick with Austria.
Mm-hmm.
I will take Qatar in pot 3.
Mm-hmm.
And in pot 4, I'll take Cape Verde. No problem. I'll take the Kiwis too. New Zealand. That would be okay. Yeah, I don't know if you had Australia, you couldn't take on New Zealand. So that would be, I don't know. What about you, Chuck? What are you saying? That'd be a pretty
Australia in pot 2 for me. I would take.
Yeah, I'm going Australia all day. Pot 2. Pot 3. I'm probably gonna go with South Africa.
Okay.
And pot 4. Give me Jordan.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Australia, Saudi Arabia, and I don't know much about Cape Verde or Jordan, although I saw Cape Verde and what they did. That's where I'm going to go. Yeah, Cape Verde.
Okay. We're being told by Ivis it's Cabo Verde.
So. But we had Steven Moreira on the morning show, and we asked him this. He plays for the nation, and he didn't even know about Cabo Verde.
Woo!
Cabo Verde. He said it to us on morning.
Big Toes 1, Ivis 0.
Big Tony just slapped.
He said
Ivis. Didn't say Cabo. Ivis. He said Cape Verde. We went through this.
Ivis just got slapped by Tony.
No, he didn't.
I'm
going Cape Verde because that's what Moreira. Said to me. He plays for the national team, so.
Yeah, he just got sat down. Oh, what a win for Tones.
All right, we got Kenyon saying Australia, South Africa, New Zealand is possible. I guess because Australia is in the Asian Confederation now, so I guess it is possible. Thank you for the heads up on that. I would take that group. I would absolutely take that group. All right, as a reminder, Friday, December 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern, that is all kicking off. We're going to have a special recap show for you on Friday, so make sure you turn on notifications to make that happen. You can watch it all live on the Golasso Network. They're going to have a FIFA show, a FIFA draw show, and Chuck will be in DC. I'll be in Kansas City. Tones, you're gonna be sitting in your pajamas watching at home, or what? What's happening?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be right here. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Well,
yeah.
we're going to be live at 3 p.m. Eastern, so you'll get to see Tones. Then I'll be in Kansas City, and again, Chuck will be in DC.